Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Get ready to buckle up your taste buds, because today, we are embarking on a truly wild culinary adventure around the globe. We're going way beyond your average hot dogs and pretzels to uncover the most unusual, most surprising, and sometimes the most shocking street foods you can possibly imagine. These aren't just snacks, they're stories, traditions, and tastes that have been passed down for generations, waiting to be discovered by brave foodies like us. Are you ready to have your mind and maybe your stomach completely blown? I know I am, so let's get this delicious party started. Today's journey is a countdown of epic proportions, a top 10 list that will take us from the icy landscapes of Alaska all the way to the bustling markets of Southeast Asia. We're going to explore dishes that challenge our very idea of what food can be. Some of these might look a little intimidating, and okay, some might smell a little intense, but each one holds a special place in the heart of its culture. It's a celebration of human ingenuity and the incredible diversity of flavors our world has to offer. So grab a snack, maybe something a little more familiar for now, and prepare to be amazed by these edible wonders. This isn't just about daring to eat something different, it's about connecting with the world in the most delicious way possible. Food is a universal language, and today we're learning to speak it in 10 very unique dialects. We'll dive into the history, the preparation, and the cultural significance behind each incredible dish. We'll meet insect caviar, try some Eskimo ice cream, and maybe even brave a few things that have been fermented for, well, a very long time. It's going to be a fun, educational, and super engaging trip, I promise. So, keep an open mind and an empty stomach. Before we officially kick off our countdown and dive into our number 10 spot, I have a little favor to ask. If you love discovering new foods, exploring different cultures, and joining me on these amazing adventures, please take a moment to show some love. Go ahead and hit that like button, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on our tasty travels. Your support means the world, and helps us keep bringing you more incredible content just like this. Thank you so much, you guys are the best. Now on to the countdown. Kicking off our countdown at number 10, we're heading to Alaska to try Akutaq, often called Eskimo ice cream. When you hear ice cream, you might picture chocolate or vanilla, but Akutaq is wonderfully different. The name comes from the Yupik word meaning to mix. It's a rich whipped concoction that has been vital to indigenous Alaskan diets for centuries, providing essential nutrients and energy to thrive in the harsh Arctic environment. The base of traditional Akutaq is something you might not expect in a dessert animal fat. Rendered fat from animals like reindeer, caribou, moose, or even seal oil is whipped until it becomes light and fluffy. It's a process that takes skill and patience, traditionally done by hand. This creates a creamy, rich foundation unlike any dairy-based ice cream. Once the fat is perfectly whipped, the real fun begins with the mix-ins. The most common addition is wild-picked berries. Think bright red cranberries, juicy blueberries, salmon berries, or crowberries, which add sweetness and tartness that cuts through the richness of the fat. These berries are gathered during summer months and preserved to be used all year round. And it doesn't just stop at berries. Sometimes you'll find bits of cooked, flaked fish, like salmon, stirred into the Akutaq, adding a savory, protein-packed element. The way Akutaq is made is a beautiful reflection of indigenous culture. Traditionally, making Akutaq was a communal activity, a time for storytelling and sharing knowledge. Elders would pass down family recipes to younger generations. Eating Akutaq is just as significant as making it. It's served at important community events from weddings and birthdays to potlatches and holiday gatherings. Sharing a bowl of Akutaq is an act of hospitality and friendship. Here's a fun fact. Akutaq is considered sacred food by many indigenous Alaskans. It's often used in ceremonies and believed to hold spiritual power. So while modern variations might be found in shops, the true, authentic experience is found within the community itself. A truly fascinating start to our countdown, wouldn't you agree? At number 9, we're in China, to explore the century egg, also known as pidan. Fresh eggs are coated in a special alkaline mixture, then cured for weeks or months. This transforms the egg white into a translucent jelly and the yolk into a creamy dark green hue. The flavor is complex. The white is mild and salty, while the yolk is creamy and pungent. Century eggs are versatile. They can be served as an appetizer with soy sauce and ginger, or stirred into congee, a savory rice porridge. Legend says the century egg was discovered by accident during the Ming Dynasty, when a homeowner found duck eggs preserved in slaked lime. This accidental discovery led to one of China's most iconic foods. The century egg challenges perceptions and rewards the adventurous with a deep, rich, and historical flavor. Hey everyone, welcome back to our countdown. We're taking a trip to sunny Mexico for something truly special. Escamoles, also known as insect caviar. These are the larvae and pupae of the Leometopum ant, a delicacy enjoyed in Mexico for centuries, even dating back to the Aztecs. Harvesting these is no easy task, which makes them so prized. This difficult harvest makes escamoles a seasonal treat, often called the caviar of the desert. The most common way to prepare them is to simply pan-fry them with butter, garlic, and onion. The final dish is often served with fresh corn tortillas, guacamole, and a squeeze of lime, making for the most amazing and unique tacos you'll ever try. People absolutely love them, and they're considered a gourmet ingredient. So, while it starts with ants, it ends with a delicious, sophisticated, and totally memorable meal. You're indulging in a luxurious, historical, and incredibly unique culinary treasure. Alright, you guys, for our next food, we are bundling up and heading way up north to the beautiful country of Iceland. At number 4 we have Hákarl, a food that is famous, or maybe infamous, around the world. Hákarl is, to put it simply, fermented shark. Specifically, it's made from the Greenland shark or a basking shark. Now here's the neat part. The meat of this particular shark is actually poisonous when it's fresh. To make the shark meat edible, Icelanders developed a very unique and ancient preservation method. First, the shark is beheaded and gutted, and then it's placed in a shallow hole dug in gravelly sand. After the fermentation period is over, the shark is dug up, cut into large strips, and then hung up to dry for several months. It's a long, patient process that transforms something toxic into a national delicacy. When it's finally ready to eat, the Hákarl is cut into small, white cubes and often served on toothpicks. It has a very, very strong ammonia-rich odor, which can be pretty overwhelming for first-timers. But for Icelanders, it's a proud symbol of their Viking heritage and their ability to thrive in a harsh environment. At number 5 we're heading to Sweden for Surströmming, a delicacy famous for its potent smell. Made from Baltic Sea herring, it's fermented in barrels, then canned, where fermentation continues, causing the cans to bulge. Open these outdoors, maybe in water, to contain the spray. Surströmming's smell is considered one of the world's worst, a mix of rotting fish, strong cheese, and sour vinegar. Some airlines ban it, fearing rupture. But the taste, complex, salty, savory, tangy, and uniquely umami. Don't judge this can by its cover. Traditionally, it's eaten in a Surströmming sklamma, flatbread with butter, almond potatoes, Surströmming red onion, and gradfil. The creamy potatoes mellow the fish, the onion cuts the richness, and the flatbread ties it all together. Swedes even throw Surströmming skiva parties in late August to celebrate the new vintage with friends, family, beer, schnapps, and singing. Hey everyone, welcome back! Today we're in Taiwan to explore Stinky tofu. This fermented tofu has a super strong aroma that people either love or hate. The secret is the brine, a special mixture that the tofu soaks in for days, even weeks, developing its signature pungent smell. Some compare the smell to old socks, but for fans, it's the smell of deliciousness. Once you taste it, the smell completely changes. The most popular way to serve it is deep fried. Fried until golden brown and crispy, the inside stays soft and creamy. Topped with soy garlic sauce, chili, and pickled cabbage, the combination of textures and flavors is out of this world. Stinky tofu is a beloved national snack, a symbol of Taiwanese street food culture. So, if you're in Taiwan and smell something funky, follow that scent. You might just discover your new favorite snack. Alright, you guys, for our number 7 spot, we're taking a trip to South Korea for a dish that is, quite literally, moving. This is Sannakji, which translates to wriggling octopus. The chef chops a live octopus, called Sannakji, into small pieces. Served immediately with sesame oil and sesame seeds, the tentacles continue to squirm. The sesame oil adds a nutty flavor and helps prevent the suction cups from sticking. It's as much about the performance as the taste. You pick it up, feel it wiggling, dip it in sauce, and pop it in your mouth. Chew, chew, chew to deactivate those suction cups. Sannakji is a traditional dish, especially popular in coastal areas where the seafood is fresh. People love its chewy, slightly rubbery texture and fresh ocean taste. The flavor is mild, clean, and slightly sweet like the ocean. Often paired with soju, it's a social food shared with friends. Each tentacle can act independently due to its complex nervous system. Sannakji challenges your perceptions and pushes you outside your comfort zone. If you're adventurous, trying Sannakji in South Korea is a must. Okay everyone, are you ready for number 8? We're traveling to Japan for tuna eyeballs. In Japan, especially in fish markets and izakayas, you can find tuna eyeballs sold as a tasty and nutritious snack. In Japanese cuisine, there's a deep respect for using every part of the animal. You'll typically find these eyeballs, which can be as big as a tennis ball, packaged up and sold in the seafood section. They are usually sold very cheaply, making them a popular ingredient for home cooks. The most common way to cook tuna eyeballs is to simply braise or simmer them in soy sauce, mirin, sake, sugar, and ginger. People who love it often compare the taste and texture to squid or octopus. Tuna eyeballs are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, specifically DHA and EPA, which are amazing for brain health and vision. So, while the idea of eating an eyeball might be a little bit out there for some of us, in Japan it's a perfectly normal and delicious part of the culinary landscape. If you're feeling adventurous on your next trip to Japan, keep an eye out for this unique delicacy. Coming in at number 9, fried tarantulas in Cambodia. In the town of Skuon, these critters are a beloved snack. They're tossed in a savory sweet seasoning. Then they're deep fried until crispy and golden brown. The legs become crunchy like potato chips, while the body has a delicate texture inside. What do they taste like? A cross between chicken and cod, surprisingly mild. The history? It began during the Khmer Rouge regime when famine forced people to find new food sources. It became integrated into the local diet. Skuon is now famously known as Spiderville. Some Cambodians believe tarantulas have medicinal properties, aiding with back pain and breathing problems, more than meets the eye. Alright everyone, we've reached our number 10 spot, and it's one of the most famous and talked about street foods in all of Southeast Asia. We're heading to the Philippines to explore the world of balut. So, what exactly is it? Balut is a developing bird embryo, usually a duck, that is boiled and eaten in the shell. I know it sounds really intense, but it's a deeply rooted part of Filipino culture, and is considered a true delicacy. It's incredibly nutritious and beloved for its complex flavors and textures. The process of making balut is all about timing. The fertilized duck eggs are incubated for a specific period, typically between 14 and 21 days, depending on the desired development of the embryo. The longer it's incubated, the more developed the chick inside will be, with a more pronounced beak, feathers, and bones. This is why you'll often hear Filipinos ask what number of days the balut is. They have their personal preference. It's a very specific culinary science to get it just right, ensuring it's perfect for when it's sold by street vendors, often warm from the pot. So, how do you eat it? Well, there's a traditional ritual to it, a step-by-step process that everyone follows. First, you tap a small hole in the top of the eggshell and slurp out the warm, savory broth inside. This liquid is super flavorful, like a rich chicken or duck soup. After you've enjoyed the broth, you crack off more of the shell to get to the goodies inside. You'll usually season it with a little bit of salt, vinegar, or a combination of both, which cuts through the richness and adds a bright, tangy flavor that perfectly complements everything. Once you're inside, you'll find a few different components, each with its own unique texture. There's the yolk, which is rich and creamy, much like a hard-boiled egg yolk but with a deeper flavor. Then there's the beto, or the rock, which is the hardened albumin that is sometimes discarded. And of course there's the embryo itself, which is tender and tastes a bit like chicken or duck. It's this combination of savory broth, creamy yolk, and tender meat all in one little shell that makes it such a complete and satisfying snack for so many people. Balut is so much more than just a street food in the Philippines, it's a cultural icon. It's often considered an aphrodisiac and is known as a pampagana, or an appetizer, that builds up strength and stamina. This is why you'll often see balut vendors known as magbabalut walking the streets in the evening and at night with a distinctive call of balut that echoes through the neighborhoods. It's the perfect late-night snack to have with a cold beer, a social food that brings friends and family together to share a unique culinary experience. The cultural significance runs deep. For many Filipinos, eating balut is a nostalgic experience, a taste of home that connects them to their heritage. Whether they are in the Philippines or living abroad, it's a food that is often introduced to you by family, and learning to eat it is almost like a rite of passage. While it might seem intimidating to outsiders, for Filipinos, it's a source of national pride. It represents a bold and adventurous culinary spirit, and a food tradition that has been passed down through many generations, which is just so cool to see. It's a food that challenges perceptions and invites conversation. Many tourists are dared by their Filipino friends to try it, and their reactions are often a source of great amusement. But beyond the novelty, It's a genuine and important part of the country's food landscape. It showcases a no-waste philosophy, using the entirety of the egg, and it provides an affordable and incredibly nutrient-dense source of protein. It's packed with calcium and energy, which is another reason why it's considered a power snack and is so popular with people from all walks of life. And for our final fun fact of the countdown, the popularity of balut has spread far beyond the Philippines. You can now find it in other Southeast Asian countries like Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos, where they have their own versions with slight variations. In Vietnam, for instance, it's called hot vit lon, and is often served with rau ram, or Vietnamese coriander. This just shows how food ideas can travel and adapt, but balut will always be most famously associated with the Philippines, where it remains an undisputed king of street food. And that's a wrap on our countdown of the top 10 most unusual street foods from around the globe. Wow, what a journey that was! From the creamy Akutaq of Alaska to the crunchy tarantulas of Cambodia and the iconic balut of the Philippines, we have seen some truly incredible and surprising dishes. It's so amazing to see how diverse the world of food can be. What one culture considers a delicacy, another might find totally bizarre, and that's what makes exploring global cuisine so much fun and so interesting. It really opens up your world. Each one of these foods tells a story about the place it comes from, a story of history, survival, culture, and celebration. Foods like Hákarl and Surströmming show a mastery of ancient preservation techniques, while Escamoles and Sannakji highlight a deep connection to the natural environment. It's a beautiful reminder that food is so much more than just fuel. It's a living, breathing part of a community's identity. It connects people to their past and brings them together in the present. I just find that so inspiring, and it makes me want to get out there and try everything. This adventure has shown us that there's a whole universe of flavors and textures out there waiting to be discovered, right on the streets of cities and towns all over the world. It challenges us to be a little more adventurous, a little more curious, and a little more open-minded when it comes to what we eat. Whether it's a stinky tofu that smells powerful but tastes delicious, or a century egg that looks mysterious but has a super complex flavor, there's always something new to learn and experience. It's all about embracing the adventure. So that brings us to the big question. Which of these unusual street foods would you be brave enough to try? Or which one would you absolutely never, ever try? I'm so curious to know what you guys think. Let us know your picks in the comments down below. And if you had fun on this food adventure with us, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and ring that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any more delicious adventures from around the world. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.